Master Builder. Master. Don't put that bit in. We're super lucky at Guitar Guitar to host the entire Fender catalogue in our stores, from the brand new entry-level standard range all the way up to the new icon that is the American Pro 2. But the one that we're going to be focusing on today, that's the top of the pile, and that's the Custom Shop Masterbuilt range. But what exactly is a Masterbuilt guitar? We get that question quite a lot in our stores, especially when you've got a couple of guitars on the wall, you know, that on the surface maybe look quite similar, but certainly their price tags are a little bit different. So today I'm going to explain what a Masterbuilt guitar is in the easiest way possible. So this video will be split up into a couple of sections. The first one being what a Masterbuilt guitar is, and then the next section being like compared to its custom shop equivalent. So if you do want to check out any of those particular sections, then do check the timeline below. While you're there, give us a little subscribe, but let's just jump right into what a Masterbuilt guitar exactly is. To put it as simply as I can, a Fender Custom Shop Masterbuilt guitar is the best of the best in what Fender can produce. Any guitar, any spec, any color, any setup, basically if you can dream it, they can do it. At time of filming, Fender have currently got 12 master builders making guitars in their custom shop factory, including Austin McNutt, who made this very, very nice 1962 Stratocaster in Mercedes blue. And that's an important point there, is the name of the builder, because that is actually a key point when it comes to a Masterbuilt guitar, that it is made by one person. The entire guitar was overseen just by the one builder. Now, if you want to see what it's like to be a master builder and to get a bit of an idea on what the day-to-day looks like in that kind of role, then you can click above my head. We spoke to the custom shop master builder, Paul Waller, who's made guitars for the likes of U2, Nile Rodgers, and the Rolling Stones. So he definitely knows what he's talking about. You can check that out. That's a great interview that we did with him. So whether it be a very, very specific year that you're after, like this 1962 Stratocaster, but say you want a 1962 Stratocaster with a 1973 neck, and say you want a 1962 Stratocaster with a 73 neck with an active set of humbuckers in it, then the options are there for you. You can really do anything that you want to. All this is done with the input of the builder as well, which is great because they will give you all of their years of expertise to kind of like navigate you in the right direction. Now, there is a slight downside to the Masterbuilt guitars, and especially if you are going to be speccing your own guitar up and you want your very specific guitar made. There is a very, very long waiting list. Now, I'm talking years at this point. We've kind of seen guitars maybe take about maybe 4 or 5 years just to show up, and that's not even anything that is particularly crazy in terms of spec wise. But what's a few years for your dream guitar, right? Patience. I've heard it's a virtue. But of course, to kind of clear it up, it doesn't mean that Masterbuilt guitars are not available just to purchase then and there. For example, the 1962 Strat by Austin McNutt that I'm playing right now, this will be in a store and you will be able to pick it up. Now, this has been spec'd out by us, or we chose just, a kind of like catalogue of guitars that they have made. But one thing that I particularly love in Guitar Guitar is that some of our staff have actually spec'd up some of these guitars, which just makes it that little bit more personal, and you can kind of see some of their styles and taste go into some of these guitars. But of course, it's not all Shell Pink Jazz Masters and crazy active pickup setups as well. Some of them we've just gone for the classics, sometimes you just can't beat those. For example, this vintage spec 1954 Stratocaster here. You want to hear it? I think you do, because I do too. That custom shot sounded pretty good, didn't it? And that's obviously one thing with both of these guitars, is that they sound absolutely incredible because they are using the best of the best parts in them, and that comes to obviously the pickups as well. But we're talking about like a custom shop and then a master built guitar. There's really only one thing that I would sort of say to folk that is the kind of main difference. Now, obviously, when it comes to like wood choice and the kind of grade and all that sort of stuff, then that's kind of in the minutiae really with the specs. But the kind of main point that you should really take away from this is the fact that a Masterbuilt, that's made by one person, from the start to the end. They're also going to help you obviously spec up your guitar as well. Whereas just a kind of like, I don't want to call it like a bog standard custom shop, because these are still remarkable guitars. These are made in the factory by several builders, including a lot of the master builders as well. Paul Waller, who I mentioned we did an interview with, he said a section in that interview that we did with him that sometimes he'll just go into his like workshop and there'll be just a couple of necks sitting on his bench that he's working on today, and that might have been for this, that might have been for another guitar. Who knows, at that point. But if you want to really get like specific with it, a Masterbuilt is the way to go. So hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you, what a Masterbuilt guitar is. Now, these are obviously the kind of top of the line when it comes to Fender guitars. We actually recently just did a video on revisiting the American Vintage 2 line, where I kind of made note in there that those guitars, because they're, so specific, like year focused in Fender's like very, very storied history, if you don't want to be spending the money on a Masterbuilt or a custom shop guitar, they're a great alternative because of the specs that actually go into them. And I really do like the way that they play as well. You can check out that video by clicking above my head or clicking the end card of this video. Tell me what you think about custom shop guitars down in the comments below. Have you played a Masterbuilt? Do you own a Masterbuilt? Or are you planning on owning a Masterbuilt? You can tell us exactly what the spec of it is down below, and while you're there, give us a subscribe, give us a like, because you can keep up with all the latest news at Guitar HQ and all the latest Fender custom shops that are coming in through the door. But until next time, I've been Kieran, and this has just been a very quick look at what exactly a Fender Masterbuilt guitar is. Have a great day.